Pretty speedy in the end, it seems. Oh, and we're getting a touch! That's more than a touch! What is up, guys, and welcome to another F1 2018 gameplay video. This one is going to be live com, and you guys will see a first look at the 2009 Brawn GP car driven by Jensen Button. So, what we're going to do is we're going to jump into Grand Prix mode. We're going to do a race. I literally have no structure. I don't know what track I'm going to choose. I don't know what would be the best for this, but, you know, this is a quick little look at the menus, I suppose. If you want to see more of the menus, be sure to let me know. We've got a lot of time to get videos out before the game does officially release. What am I thinking? Maybe Brazil. Let's get rid of China. Who the hell? No, delete, thank you. Alright, nice and smooth, as you can see. Let's go to Brazil. I believe Jensen won the championship here, so it could be a pretty good race to embark upon. We're going to put qualifying on. We're just going to get a feel of the car, but I'm probably going to start from the back. I'll have to wait and see. Simulation damage? No. Let's turn that back down to full. Strict corner cutting? Why not? Yeah, let's go clear. And we will start the Grand Prix weekend. So, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, leave a like, and plenty more F1 2018 videos will be heading your way.
Welcome to qualifying here in Interlagos as the cars are readying up for what's likely to be a very important session.
Oh, I hear something very high-pitched starting up in the background, possibly a V10. So here we are in the paddock, in the garages, ready to go out for the start of qualifying. I don't think I'm going to put a setup on. We'll see. We'll see how the car handles. I have no idea what this is going to be like. 2009 is before my time. I was a fan in F1 2010 onwards. So I'm guessing these cars are going to handle pretty similarly to 2010, except maybe a little bit worse, a little less downforce possibly. So let's go out there. The thing that I love about F1 2018 is actually the cars starting up in the pit lane, which you probably don't know about yet. So have a listen to this. No! Oh my god, I fucked it up. Had to restart the session. It's fine. It's fine. I want to drive out of the pit lane. That's what I wanted to do. Alright. Have a listen to this.
Engine fired. We're set.
Okay. The raw sound is nice, but there wasn't just an explosion of revs like the 2018 cars. But, alright, let's go. There's Alonso's championship winning car. What a lovely car to follow out of the pit lane. This is my very first wheel turned in anger of this beautiful machine. So in this video you're going to get more of an authentic look at the game. When you cut a video together and post editing and then commentate after it, you don't get the raw experience of what it's like as much. So you're going to hear my reaction to how I feel this car drives. But I've wanted to do this for the longest time. This 2009 Brawn GP car really stands out to me as an iconic car of around the time that I started being a fan of the sport. And despite me not pushing it too much, I can tell you this thing is confidence inspiring. It's got quite a bit of grip. Not once has it stepped out on me yet. So we're gonna build up our speed now as the game lags. It might lag a little bit, my PC, for some reason. I don't know, it's a bit weird. And we'll see what this car can do. I tell you what, I feel like this is a little bit slow in a straight line. Just like the 2010 Red Bull. That's the kind of vibes I get from this. So what we're looking at here is potentially not the fastest classic car in the world, but it'll be a popular one nonetheless. Let's try a few different camera angles, because why not? The pace setter is Bella's SUV with a 1 minute 10.7. That's third person. That's third person to the extreme. Nose cam. Nose cam again, and then cockpit cam. Let's drive in this for a lap. Oh wow, 9/10 up. Coming up to the first sector split. I feel like you can brake really... again, that's the lag spike. This is what I'm dealing with in career mode right now. Either, like, my PC is having some, like, thermal issues, or the game is just poorly optimized. Maybe a bit of both, to be honest. But this is like a $5 PC. I don't know why these issues keep happening. It's the most annoying thing about recording so far on this game. So let's go again and see if we can get a representative time in. Right there, I'm just leaving so much time on the table. This car is so stable, it's so planted. You can just chuck it into corners and it'll stick. It's almost like traction control is on. As I lose the back end there on pretty good timing there. Oh, that okay. Alright, never mind. Traction control is definitely off. But you get what I mean. I can throw this car into corners and you don't get engulfed in oversteer. You don't lose the back end like you would in the 2018 cars. That's something you'll have to discover when you play this game. The 2018 cars are, you have to be a little bit delicate with them in terms of how much corner speed you take on entry, but otherwise handling this year is fantastic. We are 1.9 seconds off the pace. We don't know what cars the other guys are in as of yet. Maybe if I go to Race Director, I back out of that. Oh no, don't want to restart. Don't want to restart again. Let's see what cars they're in. The 2004 Ferrari, if you've played F1 2017, you'll know that car is by far the quickest. Its straight line speed prowess is amazing. Cornering, not so great, but the car is so light, it's just so nimble, and very, very quick at high speed. Going to be very, very difficult to contend with those sort of times. In terms of other Brawn GP cars, I think the 2010 Red Bull is going to be comparable with this one, so I feel like we should be matching Peter Bellis-Louv there. We're ahead of another Brawn GP car. Yeah, we're ahead of the only other Brawn GP car. So at the moment we're doing what we're meant to. I'm actually going to retire now from this qualifying session, and we're going to go to the race. I feel like it's probably better to underqualify than overqualify, so that at least we can overtake some cars. So as we end the session, do we fall back any further? Yeah, we have 17th place. Okay. So we've been overtaken by the other Brawn GP car. Where did it qualify? Second place? Well, okay. Looks like this car is pretty quick then. I'm going to bring up replays of this race, and I want to see a direct comparison between the 2009 Brawn GP and that 2004 Ferrari. Holy hell, that's a good qualifying. I'm convinced that this guy here, this Esto guy, has really outperformed his car. But we'll see.
It's race time here in Interlagos at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache for the Brazilian Grand Prix, the scene of many World Championship deciders. So let's join the teams on the grid.
Keep your eyes open on the run to turn 1 and keep it clean. We want to come out in one piece. Good luck.
Hey, would you look at that? We have Harry Jacks, the one and only Noble2909, as our race engineer right there. He said it at this very track. He's a tactical guy. Alright, we can't lose. 17th place on the grid. We're running with a default setup, so there's that. I feel like if you want to make this car very fast, take all the downforce off it. It'll still handle quite amazingly. I found that to be the case with the 2010 Red Bull, and it works quite well. But overtaking in a straight line, at least, is actually going to be a little bit difficult in this car. But we'll wait and see. Let me know where you think we're going to finish in this race. It's going to be exciting nonetheless. We've got a lot of cars to overtake, and if that's other performance of the other Brawn GP car in this field is anything to go by, then we should potentially be near the front as well. Let's get this started. The Brazilian Grand Prix. I've got a pretty good launch there. You don't normally see that in the 2018 cars. The AI are very, very strong on their starts, but we have managed to negate that. A bit of contact with Clark there. It was only light rubbing, so it's nothing really to worry about. Let's move the brake bias towards the rear. Help rotate the car a little bit better. Overtake up the inside, possibly. Yeah, we can carry so much speed into these corners. We should be able to dispatch of these mid-2000s cars. 2006 or 2005 right now, I'm not too sure which one it is the slowest of the modern classics. Would he get past? Oh, we're going to have to let him go back through. I think that was a corner cut overtake. I will do flashbacks if the game completely freezes out on me and chucks me into a barrier or into a gravel trap or anything. Because, I don't know, it's just a recurring issue that seems to be happening at the moment. How was the straight line speed up against the 2006 Renault? Neutral. Not as bad as what I thought it would be. We may lunge. Screw it, we're going to lunge. Okay, he was wise to the test. I've still got to find my feet in this car as well. Someone spun out on the inside there. I wonder who that was. It was a Ferrari.
Okay, clear.
Thankfully it wasn't our sister Brawn GP car. So if there's one Brawn car at the front and one in like the midfield, does that make me like Barrichello or something? I don't know. I don't know how good or bad Rubens was in that season. He did get beaten by Jensen. So you never know. Up the inside, that's P9. I really ought to watch the 2009 season and also some of the other ones around that era, 2006 to 2008. I would love to see some of those championships. I've just never found the time to do so. Maybe in the next winter break I'll do that. But we're getting pressured behind. That Renault is pretty speedy in the end, it seems. Oh, and we're getting a touch! That's more than a touch! Let's have a look at that on replay. That was something. Let's have a look. So, we're under pressure here. The Renault was up our inside. I think this was a third party that's come in. I see a Ferrari. It's hard to tell at that angle. It is hard to tell. We're going to have to go on board with the other guys. This Ferrari coming in. What's the other one? That's a 2002/2004 Ferrari. Big bully he is. Look at me with my straight line speed. I'm just going to barge you out the way like you're irrelevant. Let's have a look. I think it's a combination of contact here. Kind of, yeah, it's a bit of both. Contact there. Kind of half throws me to the left and then finish me off by the Renault. So that was pretty feisty from the AI. So the aggressive AI is not unique just to the modern cars. The classic guys really get stuck into it as well. Let's see if we can survive a second time around. I'll be honest, I missed my braking marker there. And that's a penalty, I don't care. Oh my god, that... You are literally a bully! Leave me alone, Clark. Oh, you with your 2004 Ferrari, you think you own the racetrack, don't you? You're not Michael Schumacher. Just a wannabe. I feel like we're fast enough to close in on these guys. We just need to stop squabbling, concentrate, and we can get a few more places inside the top 10. That's another freeze. Let's let this guy go through. Let's nav his slipstream. Then he's going to be a bus in this first chicane. What's the bet? Let's see. Mid-corner speed is pretty good. We carry that. That is really harsh for the track limits. I will say, just look at how fast that car is in a straight line. It's outrageous. straight inroads in that middle sector. Arguably could have maybe gone for a dive if I was desperate enough, but here we just lose all the time on the straight. Like I said, with the setup with low downforce, we could be a real threat in this race. But final lap of the Grand Prix. Let's see if we can use Clark as a tool to help us get through the field. He's going for another move into turn 4. Inside of Visser. Job done. Pretty easy in the end. But yeah, this car really is great. Like, I feel like it's going to be a fan favorite this year. A lot of people are going to be driving it. It's very similar in nature, like I've said, to the 2010 Red Bull. Not exactly alike, but it's got similar traits, similar, I don't know, era of F1. And so you'd expect that they would have similar ways and how they go about achieving their lap speed. Let's see if we can get close to Visper here. Getting very close, but I don't think we're gonna get it. Do we have the straight line speed on this guy? Not quite. If there was one more lap, we would have been able to get this guy. But pretty much last place to 10th, I will certainly take that.
All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
So there we go, guys. That has been this race for today. In the end, it was like 17th to 10th place. Not a bad effort in the end there when you consider the quality of the cars that we were actually racing there. A lot of these cars were just straight up, straight line speed demons. And when it comes to racing cars like that, it is very difficult to execute overtakes. So I think we did quite well. Of course, the penalties set us back quite a bit. Our fastest lap was at 1 minute 10.7. We compare that to the front runners. Yeah, that's like 8 tenths off of what the other Brawn GP car was doing. So to a degree, I was underperforming, but also I had to negotiate a bit of traffic. So I think with a bit more practice, we could get very, very close. But it's a very fun car to drive nonetheless. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick little gameplay of the 2009 Brawn GP car. I would say it is one of my favourite cars to drive. The 2004 Ferrari is still an absolute beast and a demon, but I feel like this car is probably more pad friendly because the back end is just so much more in check, I would say. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to see plenty more F1 2018 gameplay videos. And until the next one, I'll see you next time. Replay at the start. My goodness, that car is amazing off the line. No wonder I got off to a decent start. This car has just got launch control and all-wheel drive or something. That's insane. Alright, I know this is after the video is technically already finished, but let's see how he loses the lead here. Oh, he's going to lose it. Oh my, he's lost it before turn 4. Does he get it back though? Middle sector. Go for a dive, son. Come on, I'm cheering you on here. Come on, up the inside. Embrace the inner Daniel Ricciardo. Everyone's got it within them. You just need to unlock it. Up the inside! No, it is not done. And so with that, because they haven't got into the lead, I think they get absolutely left for dead for the rest of this race. I know they finish in P3, so they lose that P2 pretty much straight away as well. Oh, here we go. Daylight robbery. It goes defensive. It's not enough. And that is third place. A bit of contact. There is a bit of fire left in the belly of this 2009 Brawn GP car. But in the end, you cannot fight the might of Ferrari. And that was the race. What a game.